Good morning, everyone. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. I hope you're all good, safe, and sound. Welcome to another market update. This is a live stream, so we do this as we go. And let's bring a little bit of the music that we always have. And we go straight away to market overview to have a look and see what is going on. Right, okay, here we go. Bitcoin. Today, please be careful, okay? Today we have the meeting in the US. So we're gonna, we're gonna see the Canada, but just to give you, a heads up, be careful today. And let's have a look what's going on with Bitcoin. Okay, we're expecting some volatility. I mean, we're already seen at the beginning of this week that we had already volatility going on. So this is a 12-hour time frame. So it went inside the range. It got rejected above the 50. Okay, and it got pushed up now on the top of the range. So today we're still expecting volatility. So we may see again another move to the down, right, to clear this imbalance, and then maybe it's going to turn around on the other side and come above. Okay, so in general, by the end of the meeting, I would like to see again Bitcoin to stay above 102. This is the target. Today, by the end of the day, I would like to see tomorrow Bitcoin to be outside of the range. Okay, this is the ideal scenario. Now, if it's going to happen, I have no idea. I know that we have volatility the previous days. We're going to have some more. Overall, the market sentiment, was still looking good, looking bullish. All we need is to make sure that we stay above the range and trying to attack 105 and 8, and finally, to break that and turn that resistance, that huge resistance here, to turn it into support. This is what we are expecting. This is what we want. Okay. Before I move on to other charts, let me bring a little bit, the market overview. Let's have a look on crypto bubbles. Let's bring the bubbles here and have a look what's going on. Let's go on the top, let's say 100 are the first. So let's go on the daily. So this is it, the market overview. Majority of them are in red. That is because Bitcoin moves inside the range. You have some green ones with whoever was around in Discord yesterday. I did a live last night and we spent like 6 hours and we were engaged into a trade with WIF. Okay, so WIF was moving last night in the Asian session, so we took advantage of that. Okay, so if you want to join us on the Discord, go down to the video description. You're going to find the link. You're going to find the original official links where we are in the Discord. You're more than welcome to join us. If you want free lessons, you can go to the crypto school. If you would like to go to a subscription based server, which is a web room, it's another alpha channel. But if you want to come to my own server, which is the CIA, it's a free, it's a free server. You don't have any subscriptions. Small community over there, and then you can enjoy little lives what we do here. So yeah, this is the daily outcome so far. So we've got Tau moving. When the rest of the market is down, you can see who's moving here, right? You can see move 11%, Tau 11%, WIF 17%. So we're going to have a look of these. Okay, so that was the one. Let's bring the economical calendar up. So as I'm speaking of which, let's have a look and see what the calendar is going to show us. Here we are. Right, what do we have today? Okay, 9 o'clock my local time. So wherever you are, when you open that website, it's going to realign to your own local time zone. So on your local time, you're going to see what time the Feds are going to talk. They're going to talk about the fund rates. Previous numbers 4.5. The forecast is going to be 4.5. Mr. Powell is going to speak as well. So do expect some volatility. You know what happens every time that he speaks? Lovely things happen to the charts, don't they? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, team. Good morning. That's all right. That's all right. You're more than welcome. You're here now, so that's what it matters. So all good. All good. So let's go back into to the chart. So we know that, you know, in the evening we're going to have some volatility going on. So okay, be careful with that. We know what's going to happen. If you're afraid of trading in these kinds of circumstances, like, you know, when these are meetings around, if you're new to trading, it's okay. Have a day off. It's fine. Don't risk it. Okay, it's absolutely fine. The market's going to be here tomorrow as well, so don't overdo it. What else? I think that's about it about the news. Let's have a look a little bit the clock, whereabouts we are. This is a 24-hour market clock. So Asia is closed. We are within the European session. We have London, Zurich, Frankfurt. All of them are open. We are currently within this zone. And later on, my local time, like 4:30 in the afternoon, my local time, we're going to go towards the US session. And you have a 2-hour gap that US and Europe, they're both open at the same time. If you want to get that website, it's market24h as a 24 hours clock.com, and it's there for you. It's free to use. Sometimes the website goes down, but it's temporarily. Okay, don't get scared. Let's have a look a little bit at the fear index. Fear index and greed index is 72. It was 72 yesterday, still is 72, right? So it's stable, doesn't move. Okay, the markets, you know, people still feel greed into it. Okay, so you need to be careful. We need to be cautious today, and we're going to see later what's going to happen. Okay, let's have a look a little bit at the alt season. I don't think that will change. Still 47. It was 47 yesterday, so we're still here at 47. Okay, hasn't moved. Let me see if the no, that graph still did not load. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look on the month. Monthly was still in the low. Okay, it's a monthly based chart, so it was still down in the Bitcoin month. Okay, so dominant is Bitcoin. We haven't moved yet to the alt season. Okay, you know, inside November, December, right, Christmas time, we had a lot of the alt move, so we was inside the alt season, so to say, territory on monthly basis. Okay, if you look at the alt season, again, you see you had a peak inside December. Okay, before the Christmas period, we touched a little bit the alt season, but it came back to the 50. So what I would like to see, that all this 50 central line is going to act as a support, right? It was acting as a resistance before. Now I'm expecting to hold it as a support and then push to the upside. It's going to take some time, but we're here. We're not going anywhere, so we're not in a rush. That's about the news. Let's have a look a little bit on the Forex factor and see if the stock market has something different to do today. We've got something going on in Australia that happened already. Okay, so they had some lower numbers here, so that maybe have affected a little bit the Asian market. We got Great Britain, 4:15 my local time. So we got also Canada, and also we have the US. Anything in red and orange is something that we need to have a look and see what's going on. Okay, this is the currency. This is the like the Forex is the currency kind of side of the markets. Okay, so nothing big deal here. We know the red ones. We've seen on the crypto side, so we're gonna pay attention today in this zone. So overall, we need to see that Bitcoin stays above 100k. Okay, this is the psychological number. Now Europe, I do not expect anything to happen within Europe. So if Europe is going to behave, we're going to wait and see that Bitcoin is going to stay there. And then when the Mr. Powell is going to start speaking, then we're going to see volatility. So maybe it's going to come down to grab some imbalance, some liquidity, and then turn around to grab higher liquidity and then come back to normal. So you may have a zigzag in either direction. Either it's going to go first up to 105 and then come back later to grab both sides of the liquidity. This is what I expect today. So you need to be very, very careful. Okay. As I said, if you don't feel secure, it's good for you to just stay out of it. It's fine. Have a day off. Go to the seaside. If you have a seaside, go to the park, go down to High Street, do something different today. It's going to be fine. Right. I don't want to waste a lot of time today. Okay. We're going to have a look on a few tokens. We're going to have a look a little bit at the dominance. That was a triangle that we had yesterday. So we are inside that triangle, and what do we want to see? We want to see that the dominance is going to, stay within the triangle or the pyramid if you want. And then we would like to see that's going to come down and follow that trend line, okay, and fall down. If that happens, which you have a high and a lower high, technically, if that happens, then it's going to be the beginning, possibly, of the beginning of the alt season. Okay, so far, if we zoom out a little bit, this is a weekly time frame now. You can see that it's going up the trend. We lost the trend, retest the trend, it's pushing one more time, and maybe this is a crossroad where it's going to turn around. Okay, so this is a weekly. It's going to take a lot of time to play out. This is the areas for us to pay attention. Go down to the daily, and you still have this triangle. And this is what you want to see. You see it's coming up to here to take out that imbalance, and there is a high possibility that it's going to turn around, okay, and target the lower levels. Okay, it is not tradable. It's for us to see, what Bitcoin dominance is doing. Okay, let's have a look a little bit on Ethereum. Ethereum looks like a stable coin. It goes like sideways for a very long time. Okay, so if I zoom out a little bit, this is at 12 hours. It's going kind of sideways. Okay, compression. We're still under compression. Okay, so even if I take this extreme trend line over here, okay, for the people that understand trend lines, this is the time that we compress. Overall, we would like to see 3123 for Ethereum to maintain this, right? Claim and maintain and stay strong. Okay, there is a possibility today, because of the speak of the meeting, we're going to have a deviation trying to grab this liquidity, and then maybe it's going to come back and break from the outside. A lot of people are waiting for Ethereum. All the attention has gone to meme coins and stuff like that, and AI. So not a lot of people are interested in Ethereum. So Ethereum has been slowed down really dramatically lately. So yeah, we need to pay attention. We need to see, when Ethereum is going to run. We know that it goes in terms. This is the classical thing that we know from Bitcoin. First is Bitcoin, then is Ethereum, then is the alts. We need to, see what's going on. We need to see. I mean, you can see here at the beginning of November, Ethereum was pushing up, and then by late November, December, when Ethereum, let's say it was giving you a double top, you had a major push from the alts. And now you understand that it goes in turns. Bitcoin goes first, Ethereum goes next, and then when Ethereum is going to run out of steam, then you're going to have the push from the alts. And then when everything dropping, like Bitcoin's dropping, Ethereum is going to drop, then the alts will drop. And then you have this sudden move up and down. You need to be quite fast. Okay? But you need to understand the cycles, the turns. First is Bitcoin, then it's Ethereum, then it's alt season. Now we're going again on the same cycle. We're going Bitcoin. Right, so it's moving on a bigger scale. It goes up, it's doing a correction, then you're waiting for another move. All right, so we wait for Bitcoin to move. That's why we pay attention here. So it pushed up, it did a correction. Now we're waiting for Bitcoin. This is a low. Okay, this is a high low. This is another high low. We're expecting for Bitcoin to carry on and push. Then maybe it's gonna get exhausted at some point. Then you're gonna have ETH moving, and then after ETH, you're gonna have the alts. And if as long as you understand the turns, then you know in which trades you're going to pay attention to. Are we okay so far? So far, so good. you're more than welcome to write in the chat. I'm watching the chat as well, so whatever you say here, I'm going to say. So be part of the stream. You're more than welcome. If you want to chart some tokens, you're more than welcome. Give it to me and I'll chart them for you. Earlier today, we were watching about Algo. Algo is part of the ISO 20022 certification, which means it has the certification to be used in the financial system, okay, aka banks. So one of them is XRP, another one is Quantum. This is like the Algo, okay, and HBAR and stuff like that. So as long Algo is holding 0.35 or 36, as long as it stays here, stays above, creating a support, then it's good for you to load up. It's like your buy zone. Every time you hit that red line, as long as it stays and maintains above, you can have a buy entry, buy zone. Start with low leverage before it clears its way, okay, because it can do some deviation. So you need to make sure that you have low leverage to make sure that you have that threshold, that cushion for you not to get burned, okay. That's it about Algo. Let's have a look on one of the major ones. Let's go to the prefix ones. Let's go have a look in Solana and let's see what Solana is doing. So here's Solana. Let's bring Solana up. So here's Solana. Again, Solana is under the compression mode. So here it is. It's compression. Okay. You can use that training all the way from there. You can see that the angles are confirming that you have the right angle, okay, by the wicks and the candles. So we are under compression. If you wanted to get an entry, try to get an entry on the green line. This is your buy zone. As closer you are on that support is the best. Okay, so the next target is going to be that green line. You want to stay above 228 for Solana, right? And then when Bitcoin is going to move, these will follow. And then when Ethereum is going to go further up, that will follow. And then when ETH is going to, let's say, run out of steam, then Solana will pop because it's going to be the alt turn, okay, the alt season. So, yep, I'm watching Algo. That's good, good. Let's have a look on WIF because it's one of those that it moved. Let me see if I've got WIF here. Nope, I don't. So let me go into a generic layout and let's load WIF. Okay, here's WIF and you can see that it's popping up now. This is a 12-hour candle, but you need to be careful, right? Okay, broke down the levels, go to a higher time frame, whatever time frame you like, find a nice impulse with a dip correction, that's fine. So you can take the lowest to the highest, okay, expand that to the right. Here we are, expand that to the right. You can expand that to the left as well if you want to compare previous price actions, that's all right. Lock that down, make sure that it doesn't drift, go down to your time frame. Okay, and here you have it. You find a common ground, a common support, so to say. Okay, so you have a common ground to the left, another common ground to the left, and this is where it's bouncing from. Okay, and because this is a 50-cent gap, if you wish to break this down, you're more than welcome. Come and apply another tool within the same zone. Make sure the numbers are matching, trying to be, as close to the reality. So if the first zone is telling you is 416, adjust that and then make sure that we matching the lower number. So that's going to be 764. So now we've got matching numbers, and now you split these zones to lower levels, and you can go even lower in time frame. And what do you see? You see that WIF is pushing up. It broke above the 50%, which is good. So that was resistance. Now the question is it going to act this as a support? Okay, so you need to be careful with WIF. You want to see that it's holding here support, right? Because it has a big imbalance below. There are imbalances here. So this is acting as a magnet. It has a liquidity here that acts as a magnet. So for you to rule out the possibility to go lower to fill the imbalance, because we know that once we have an imbalance, it's going to take it out. Okay, so all you have to see now is you see if it's going to maintain. If it's going to lose it, you know exactly where it's going. Okay, it's going to go for these imbalances, and then possibly they say a possibility that's going to go down to the liquidity zone. Okay, if it's holding right the 50% of the zone, if it holds that, then the next target is going to be the higher imbalance. You have a higher balance in there, so there's a possibility to come like this and try to push higher to grab liquidity above on the green line. Okay, so this is your scenario A. Scenario B, right? This is about WIF. 0x0 is another one that is promising. It's been building up. Excuse me, when we're looking where are the liquidity zones, the possibilities. So this is a 12 hour, let's go down to 90 minutes and have a little bit closer look and see what 0x0 is doing. It had a major push to the down, tapped the liquidity, and then it got pushed up, went above the 50, and it's attacking that trend line. Okay, so for those that they love trend lines, what do you want to see? You want to see the break and the retest and go up. If you're watching the horizontals, what do you want to see? You want to see that it claims the grade level, the 16 cents. Okay, we need to see that it's going to claim this, trying to attack the previous liquidity. This is liquidity. Okay, and see if you can claim this level as well. If that's going to happen, something like this, then it's going to be a retest and a high possibility that it's going to continue higher. Overall, in horizontal, you want to make sure that you are claiming levels. Right now, it gets declined. Okay, the application has been declined. You cannot go out. You're going to stay within, under the trend line. So possibly we're going to lose these. You're going to watch closely and see when it's going to be ready. Okay, always you want to make sure that you find support. Okay, so far this green line, it used to be a support, then it acted as resistance. Now it's trying one more time, and you need to give it some time to see the candles. What are they going to do? Are they going to stay above, or are they going to fall down? If they're going to fall down, they're going to come down to the red as your first stop. Okay, next stop, and then liquidity, the third stop. If not, you know what's the deal. Okay, it's going to come here, grab liquidity, it's going to come down. You want to make sure that you're going to retest this as a support, and then you want to continue. You are still very, very early. If I zoom out a little bit, look for how long it's been going down. This is early stages, right? Look at that. It's been going down since January. Okay, so the whole month is going down. So still early. If you're monitoring this area, look for how much do you have space to go all the way back to the previous, let's say, liquidity, which is 130% higher in the sky, right? So plenty of space there. You are early, don't panic. If you want to use, let's say, the help of the agents, which means you're going to bring up the indicators and see, what is going on with the indicators, right? And you see that it's trying to push up. You had a cross up. We are on the 50. It doesn't look on the 12 hour that it wants to turn around. Still heading up. Okay. Now, all you want to do, you want to make sure that, it goes even higher. Otherwise, it's going to come up here. Maybe it's going to find some resistance, rejection point, and then maybe it's going to turn around. But until then, this is a 12-hour time frame. It's going to take some time to get there. Overall, the 12 hours is looking good. RSI is looking good. You have the negative above. You're just waiting for the negative to drop. Okay, the further it drops, the better. So yeah, 0x0, maybe the next one to move. I don't know how volatile it's going to be, how fast it's going to go, but it's a good buy zone. Okay, this is the main area. What else would you like to see? Would you like to see OM? That's another strong narrative. Okay, here it is. He moved, and let me extend the extensions a little bit. Let's expand that and look for how long, we'll be tracing this all the way back here. Okay, so that was the top. That was the very bottom over here. That was a big impulse. So we use the extensions. Now, once you have 3 extensions enabled and the price is even breaking the 3rd extension, you need to redo the gangster fib. Okay, so be my guest. You can delete it. All right, get a confirmation. That's not a problem. What you can do, trying to grab, okay, this impulse. This is a very low, okay, with the highest point over here. Why? Because we have a long consolidation with these lows. So break down this impulse and then enable again the extensions. So let's do that. Go to higher time frame to get nice clean wicks. Here we are. I'm using the weekly, it's fine. This is the lowest point. This is the highest point, okay, within the correction. I could even use that one, it's okay, it's fine. You can, because this is where the correction starts. It's absolutely fine, it's correct. Okay, expand to the right, expand to the left if you wish to observe the levels, and then you lock it. Zoom into the time frame that you wish to see, 12 hours. Some people will say, oh, the price is above. That's not a problem. You're not going to do, enable the first extension. And here you have it. Okay. So now you are seeing that it's trying to flip the first green line, the 100%. The 4.5 is trying to find like a support. Okay. So is these levels making sense to you? On the smaller time frame, go down to 90 minutes and observe what is going on with the candles. If you see that you understand these levels, then you're good to go. You have a major pull and you have a flag. Okay, you can see that flag that way, it's fine. You can see a down channel, again still fine, it is a flag. You don't know if it's going to be a bull flag or bear flag. You know what I say, you don't know until it's going to break. Okay, I made a joke early in the morning in the Greek version. I said, you know, it's like you have a little egg, right, and the chicken is hatching and you don't know. You don't know what kind of chicken it's going to be. It's going to be a white chicken, brown chicken, what, you know, black chicken. You don't know what it is. Okay, so you have to wait to break the egg. So once it's going to break out, then you're going to see. Okay, don't try to bet or guess. Wait. So the 4.5 is acting like a support. That's what we want to see. Okay, the lower you're here, the better you have the chance to build a nice position. Otherwise, if you like ranges, here you have it. Here's your range. Okay, that's your little range, and just wait the breakout of the range. Go to a smaller time frame, that is fine. Whatever you feel comfortable, this is the range, and your condition will be, if I break this range and stay above the range, then I can go long. Okay, otherwise, let me bring that 50% here. So let me change that to a template. Let's go to do it that a range. Extend that. Right now my price action is above the 50% of the range. Let me calibrate a little bit the range, okay, to make sure that I have majority of the lows. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's telling you where the range is. Okay, comes down, highs on the same level, lows on the same level. So this is my range. Is the price above the 50% of the range? It is. So that is a kind of a bullish sign. If you see the price action that it attacks the 50% and stays above, there's a higher chance that it's going to go all the way to the top of the range. Now the distance is not that great, it's fine, okay, but this is what you pay attention to. Okay, so if the price action is above the 50%, there's a high chance that it's going to go on the top. So you may feel, if you have the right timing, if you open the chart and you see that this is like a first, second, third time, okay, and now it's a small deviation, grab some liquidity and then turns around, goes within the range, you probably get a small entry, like a cheeky entry, just in case that it goes higher. And then it goes higher, attacks the 50%, comes down and then turns around, and then you can add more. Why? Because it claimed that level. Okay, it's acting, you know, it didn't get stopped. So it didn't get rejected, so to say, as such. So you can add more on the 50%. So you have a first position and then you DCA on the 50%, and then you wait to see what's going to happen on the top of the range. If it goes out and stays out, and then you can add more. Okay, so you're going to have like one entry with 2 DCAs. If you see that's going to fail, then you can close. That's not a problem. If you feel uncomfortable, you can close it with small profit. Okay. If you feel optimistic and say, hey, I'm not panicking, just wait for the 50%. If you hold the 50%, you can even add more and hope that you're going to turn around and break it the next time. Okay, multiple choices there. It's down to you how good you are disciplined with yourself and how well do you manage your emotions. Okay, don't try to guess, just use what you see on the chart. Okay, right, any other requests? You're more than welcome to bring them on. Bring the request up. Come on, let's have some fun. Let's have a look on render. It's been a long time, I haven't seen render. Let's have a look on render. All right, it lost that 50%, so that 50% is not acting as a support anymore. Weakness in render. Nobody loves render anymore. No. Let's have a look. So here's render. It lost the 50%, and then you know what's going on, right? You see when I said about, you know, when you have the compression. Okay, here's your compression. You don't know which way it's going to break. Okay, so it may, you know, it may break above, it may break below. That's why you're watching that red line. If it's going to break it below, then it's going down. So it's grabbing liquidity. Okay, here's liquidity done, this liquidity is done. Okay, there's some liquidity down here and down here, so there's a possibility that it wants to come down, grab some money, and then maybe turn around and deal with that 50% later. Okay, no panicking, just watch the chart. The chart's going to talk to you. Okay, you may feel that it's not ready, it's fine, you can use another token. Let me see if I can. I don't think I have, but let's bring a little bit of hype. Let's have a look at the hype. I'm going to look on ENA. That's another good one. So here's hype, a decentralized exchange token. Okay, so you know it pushed very, very hard at the beginning. Then obviously they took profit. It comes down, it pumps down, and it's trying to neutralize. Okay, so it's going to go into consolidation. And what I usually say about consolidation zones are usually the ones, you know, when you see consolidation, when you see a price action going sideways, majority of the time what it means is the loading zone. Okay, this is where the big boys start loading money, and they don't do with a big amount of sums. They do it very slowly, right? In the secret, they do it like, instead of throwing 1 billion immediately, what they do, because they know if they're going to throw a billion, it's going to upset the price, and it's going to skyrocket, right? And they're going to ruin the whole strategy. What are they doing? Every time that it's coming to a nice support, they're going to add like 1 million, and then a few hours later another million, and a few hours later 1 million, a few hours later more million, right? And they load in very slowly, and this is when you get this consolidation, right? When it's hitting the bottom, comes up, comes down, gets regulated, so to say, then they add more, comes up, comes down, gets regulated, they're going to add more. It went a bit higher, a bit risky, but then it came down. Okay, once it came down, they add more, and you can see aggressive moves to the ups, right? Doesn't go anywhere. This is a nice this is a nice diamond shape here. You have this kind of shape, okay, and then you break above, but this is like a compression moment. Okay, so they were adding money, and you see that, you know, after that was loaded, you see the reaction to it. Okay, so this is a loading zone, so it's good time for you to load with them. Okay, so if they're big boys doing loading in here, it's good time for you to load. And also look at that, you got the 50%, and you have rejection, support, rejection, support, a small deviation, but still you are above the 50%. So it's a kind of bullish scenario, right? It's compression again. Okay, very slightly it's compressing, so you're expecting for the explosion. You don't know which way it's going to explode. If these people are loading, right, it's consolidating, most likely it's going to go for another push to the upside, and they're going to target the liquidity. So it's a good idea for you to, you know, start loading with them. Okay, slowly, you know, that's why we say at the bottom of the range the good opportunities, especially when you recognize there's consolidation. So they're loading, so trying to load with them as low as possible, right? And then you can add more in the 50, and then when you break out, you can add more aggressively, or change the leverage from 1 to 2 or 2 to 3. Okay, I don't want to see you do 20x or 50x. Okay, because if you do 20x, it's down to you. It's your money, your investment, is your risk, But don't come back crying and say, oh, I lose 20%, you know, I use a 20. No. Okay, I said not to do it. So I'm not going to take you back. So just a funny story here. So yeah, if it's going to break out, then you know the above targets. Okay, you have liquidity here, you have liquidity here, you have liquidity here. So major target is going to be the 35. Okay, and when it's going to reach 35, then it's going to be the time for you to decide what you're going to do. Right, ENA. Let's go for the ENA. Where do I have a hit? Okay, let's go for the ENA. ENA USD. I'm going to use crypto. Okay, let's have a look. Zoom out a little bit. Get the feeling what's going on. Okay. Let me zoom out even further. Let's go to the weekly. What do we have here? All right, we have a huge cap. Who's drinking that coffee in that cap? It's a huge cap, and then you have the handle, and you're just waiting to break out. Okay, and the estimate of that pattern is like this one. Here's your cap. That's supposed to be a line. Nope. I want a line, not a pen. Here we are. So here to there, here's your cap. Okay, and you're trying to get from the lowest point straight up to the top of the cap, right? And then you expect from which area is going to break, you expect that how much it's going to go. So if it's going to break from here where it is, it's going to target likely the $2. This is the cap and handle kind of approach. My approach will be a little bit different. Nothing wrong with the cap and handle. I'm going to do the big impulse move, right? So here it is. Going to expand to the left if you want to observe the prices to the left. Let's do it a little bit to the right. A bit closer. I'm going to lock it. Come down to the daily or 12 hours, whichever time frame you like. You see now that you lost that 50%. That was support. That was support. We lost it. It comes down. These zones are the next point of interest. So there is a possibility that's going to turn around here or deviate a little bit to 47 cents. And then it's going to come back, deal with that 50%, and then you need to see what's going to happen afterwards. Okay, so ENA maybe is giving you opportunities of a discount that is dropping down. The lower it goes, the more the discount. So it's still in a downtrend. Okay, don't try to go long, trying to find where is the next support. So let me go to a smaller time frame, 45 minutes, right, to zoom in a little bit for you to get closer views. And you see that it was battling here. You turn around, that is almost like 50% between these two zones. So that's the 50%. And you see that it bounced on the 50%. It tried to go 1, 2, 3 times. It failed to go above. So that was acting resistance, and it fell and it went under the 50, and now it's trying to battle with that kind of 50. So always when you break a zone and you have a 50% level, it's always a significant level. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to use the template number 2, which is breaking 2 zones. This is the top, this is the bottom, here's the 50%, right? So you can understand now that it found support on 50%, but it lost it, and now it's trying to reclaim. So I'm just going to stay above the 50% and reset, reboot, so to say, and trying to attack that level again, or I'm just going to lose it and then head down. And if you look to the left, it's going to, you need to identify where liquidity is, and have a look on the left and say, okay, where is it? Let me clear that. And you need to identify where the liquidity is and say, okay, where do I have a sudden move to the upside? I have a sudden move, a change of direction down to the upside. So this is a liquidity zone. So you can use this as a liquidity. Use a template liquidity. Here it is, nice and lovely, nice and clean. So you have a liquidity. So there's a possibility that's going to come down here. When do you have the next liquidity? Next liquidity is up here, right? It's been building up, it's been consolidating. You have lots of people are building shorts, and you have lots of people down here building longs, and these guys lost. All right, the price went down, all this liquidity has been taken out, so the next liquidity is down here. So you need to pay attention to these levels. Okay, all right, let's bring GRT. Why not? GRT USD. Coinbase is very good, solid source. Zoom out, go to a higher time frame, see what the market is doing, have a look overall what that token is doing. I mean, look at that, how many, how big liquidity are sitting above. Is it gonna ever go up there again? We don't know. I'm not saying it's dead. Why? Because it moved. When the market moved, GRD moved, right? So it gave a first move in December when Bitcoin moved 430%. Next time, it gave you 500%. The last time, it gave you 183. So you can't call this dead, right? Still there, right? If you want to see on the big scale how you're going to break this down, the first scenario is for you. That's for the fun. If someone's trying to have an investor type of mindset, grab the very top, go to the very bottom, break the whole thing down. Okay? So here up, go to the right, expand a little bit to the left. You have major big zones here. You don't need extensions. Let's take out the extensions. Let's go to this simple number 8. We like this, lock it, come down to any time frame you wish, go to the daily and have a look what is going on. Okay, if the gap is too big, break that baby down. Okay, if you don't want to have these kind of big gaps and you don't want to keep on breaking the levels, it's fine, delete it. Okay, and say I'm gonna take the last impulse, the one that is more recent to me. Okay, that's a very decent up move, and then you have a deep correction. Okay, so you can use this level. Here it is, here to there, a bit smaller, a bit closer, more easy to manage. You can do that, there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure you have the let's go to the weekly and have nice correct weeks. So trying to get to the lowest point, that's the lowest point. Make sure that you have a fixed point, expand. Okay, here's your level, expand to the left as well, as much as you like, just for you to confirm your lines, if that makes sense to you. Okay, only for this kind of purposes, you lock it, come down to the desired time frame. Now your zones are smaller, but you still have the same conclusion. Okay, we're still in the downtrend. Okay, obviously it's going lower, we just lost this level. How far will it go? You need to look to the left and see where do we have liquidity. I say, I see liquidity here. Okay, this is how easy the TA should be. And then you have another liquidity zone down here. Okay, so these lines do make sense. Okay, you know where your targets are. So it's still going down. If you're shorting, you're still good. You keep on losing levels here, so you're good to go. Right, and then you're gonna stop when and if it's gonna break that trend line. It's gonna change the direction. Okay, now if you want to break this level, be my guest, use a smaller gang fib within the zone. Here you have it. Okay, and if the numbers are matching, they're good to go. Let me bring this a bit closer. So let's bring that to 1,000. That's all right, and a bit closer. Bring that to 800. There we are. So what's the first number? 1815, that's correct. 1219, oh, spot on. Okay, so you can keep both. This is locked, you can lock that one as well. And if the price moves further up or further down, all you have to do is just enable the extensions. Bring the extension number 2 and you have price above. If you want to mark the price below, simple, go to style, reverse it, and then all the lines go to the downside. So you don't need to redo it, okay? Or you don't need to keep on doing the same thing over and over again. All you have to do is just hold it, and then there's your lines. If you don't want the extensions, it's absolutely fine. Go back to the 8, minimize the noise on the charts, and you're good to go. And what do you see? You keep on losing levels, right? It goes down and down. The only common thing that you see here is trying to hold support. Okay, and let's see, is it the point that's going to turn around? Maybe, but you need some evidence. What kind of evidence you need? You need to make sure that you come above the green line and break the previous structure for you to start thinking that it's reversing. Right now, still on the downtrend. Okay, if you're looking to go long, like a spot position or low leverage, wait until it finds support. If you are comfortable to short it, then short it until it stops. Simple as that. Now, this is not the beginning of the move. The beginning of the move was up here. It's been quite some time that goes down. I don't know how far will it go. Will it go to the red line? Will it go to the green line? Nobody knows. Okay. I went the other day to Toys R Us and I got the crystal ball. I put the batteries and it didn't work. So I have to return it back. I don't have the crystal ball. Okay. You just go level by level. Right. If I'm trading on the 12-hour Gaston fib of the daily, fine tune that on the 4-hour, find an entry on the 1 hour, go back to 12 hours of that trade. Oh, you're going back and forwards. So you start from 12 hours, you go down to 4 hours to fine tune and then go to 1 hour. I mean, the 12 hours for you is just for you to have an overview of the market. You know, I always start with the 12 hours because I want to zoom out a little bit and see, you know, what I'm doing here. Where is the common area? Where's the liquidity? You have big liquidity sitting down here. So there's a big support, okay? So I know that is acting as a magnet. So for me to see this, it's only possible for me to go to the 12 hours. So I broke these down to 12 hours. You know, I took the last impulse, okay, the very bottom to the very top, and then I'm breaking down the correction. Okay, so I marked, I mean, this is the fascinating thing. You marked based on this data, okay? That was the lowest and that was the highest. And then from this point onwards, that's supposed to be a straight line now. I'll break a button. So here it is. From this point onwards to the right, you are observing if the price action is respecting to these lines as a frequency, right? If it gets aligned. And this is the magic of it. And you can see that these lines, price action respects it, even that you use different data points, okay? This is fascinating. This is the good thing about it. So it's very, very similar to what Fibonacci is doing, right? You do an impulse and then you break down and you wait for the golden zone. But me, I'm just not waiting for the golden zone because the golden zone, it's only a point of interest from the psychological side of the traders, okay? Why everyone is talking about the golden pocket? Because everyone is watching for that golden pocket, okay? And it's not magic, there's nothing happening to the algorithm. Whoever is using the Fibonacci, like if you have 1,000 traders, majority of the time, 800 of these traders, they're going to watch for that golden zone. So when the price is going to reach that golden zone, then what happens? These 800 traders, they get the green light to get in. That's what it is. I would like to borrow that crystal ball. It's on Toys R Us. Aisle number 23 on the second shelf. Good morning, good morning. Right, so all you have to do is just break the levels down and see where it's going to stop. You know it's a downtrend. If you're comfortable shorting, then short it. If you are only waiting to see where it's going to bounce for you to get a best entry, still early, very early. I mean, look at that. It's still going down, okay? Still going down. You haven't broken that trend line. So the lower it goes, you have the area. Here it is. This is the blue area. Is for you to pay attention. This is your liquidity pool, okay? That acts as a magnet, and you need to go by step. I say, I know that blue liquidity pool is a target, but I need to go level by level. You lose that, then you have a good chance to go to the red line. There is a chance that it's going to bounce from here. Okay, it's going to come up here, maybe it's going to bounce from here, and then it's going to come down again. And eventually it will go to that liquidity pool, but it doesn't mean it's going to go in a straight line. Okay, so you go level by level. Maybe you're going to see weakness and then it's going to come down, and then it's going to get great support, trying to fight this, break it, come down, flip that as, you know, from resistance to support, and that is the signal for you to go long. But imagine if you found this level before and you're trying to add a little bit, and then if it breaks that red line, you add more. If it breaks this level, you add more. So you DCAing from 12 cents instead of you waiting for the breakout on the 18 cents. Okay, this is why we do horizontals. Both work, horizontals and diagonals, is whatever makes sense to you. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, everyone. We're doing some requests. So if you have any requests, please throw them into the chart, and Satoshi will send the request to me. And if you like the video, you just like the video. If you want, you can subscribe, and you can have the bell notification on, so you get notified when I'm going on live again. If you wish, if you like. If you don't like, it's okay. You can still like the video. Right, cool. Any other Sui? Yeah, okay, why not? Let's have a look on Sui. Right, okay, let's go to Sui. Where are you, Sui? I think you're somewhere around here. Where are you, Sui? Here's Sui. Got lots of templates here. It's like kind of shortcuts. Right, first thing, 12 hours. Okay, and I hope I answer the question for Laurie. Just coming back, you start with the 12 hours and then you go down, you break the levels down, and then you go down to the point of interest, the hours, the time frame that you are comfortable for you to trade, and that is according to your style. If you have plenty of time, you can go to lower time frame. If you don't have your, let's say, day trader, you don't have enough time for you to go, stay on the front of the screens, then you may want to stick like to 3 hours, 4 hours, and wait, because 4 hours, every candle to be formed 4 hours is going to take like a day or two for you to have 5-6 candles. So it's more relaxed that way. Okay, that is according to your style. There's no wrong and right. You need to find something that is comfortable with yourself. Okay, and new traders that don't do well with low time frames, they get panic. It's absolutely fine. I understand this. Okay. Cool. Right. Okay. So here we are. Sui. Let's have a look. Sui is a very strong project or narrative or token, if you wish. It's still in an uptrend. It's doing a correction. It's a down thing, but it's not bearish. Okay, it's doing some correction. I mean, look, the trend line. Okay, you have another trend line here. Okay, almost parallel. It goes up. It's acting as support. You've got another trend line. It lost it. It's fine. You've got another trend line below. Okay, so let me fix that a little bit. Here we are. That's about there. So it wants to come down to correct itself. It's fine. If you follow the trend lines, here are your trend lines. If you follow the horizontals, it's down to your style. Okay, it needs to come down and observe and look to the left and say, okay, where is my liquidity? You have plenty of liquidity down here. Okay, that's a big liquidity zone. Okay, even that big gap here is a big liquidity zone. So that 3.32 is a decent level, and if you expecting or you're waiting when to get into Sui, you just need to make sure that you find somewhere a support. It's going to be here because of this liquidity, or is it going to be down here in the red zone because of this liquidity? So if you're waiting for an opportunity to go long, wait and see where it's going to find support. Okay, this is the 12 hour, go down to 90 minutes, observe closely and see what is happening. Okay, it's keep on losing levels. It's printing your low lows, low highs. Now this low here is trying to give you, let's say, a hopium a little bit that is trying to find support, but the highs are not so strong. It cannot break the previous highs. Okay, so there's a possibility that's going to come down and continue to the downside, then it's going to get pushed up again, lose that level, go down, and then maybe finally later on it's going to break above. So the lower it gets, the more discount you get, right, and the better entries you have. Okay, look to the left to see where the liquidity is, and then you understand why the red line is quite a significant level. So say, okay, my next stop is the red line. Let's have a look what is going to happen next, right? And you have a down candle. You see they cannot go above. It cannot claim the 380, so it's going to go further down. Okay. The next question is, are we going to stop here or are we going to stop there? If you're waiting for longs, wait. If you're okay with shorting, you could short this for a very long time. It's been going down since $5. Okay. I don't know. I cannot promise you for how long it's going to keep on going down. Okay. It's not the beginning of the trend. It has done some decent drop. I mean, how long did it drop? For how much? Let's say from this position to here, it already dropped 32%. Okay. If you take the very top from here to all the way down here, it's 35. I cannot promise you that the 35 is going to be the maximum or it's going to turn around. No, you just need to see the data. Are we claiming the levels or are we losing the levels? Okay. Do you like trend lines? Use the trend lines. Be my guest. Here it is. Here's your trend line. Trying to make it pitch perfect if you can. Here it is. You have a solid trend line that started from January the 19th. Okay. So you have 10-day trend line. It's not a bad trend line, okay? It's a solid one. If it breaks and it stays on the other side, it treats that, you treat that as a resistance. But if it's going to break and then treat it as a support and then it's going to move up, then that's going to be your signal. Okay, I usually follow the horizontals, but I use both techniques for you to see. Yeah, I mean, there is, if you zoom out a little bit and go to the 12 hours and have a look, you've got plenty of liquidity lower. Okay, you have liquidity here, you have liquidity there, you have liquidity there, but I cannot speak straight away all the way down to 284, trying to, if I do say things like that, I will spread the panic to the people, and that's not my approach. My approach is I go level by level, and I'll see when I find support. If I'm looking to have a spot mentality and trying to load my bags or try to find an entry to go long with small leverage, then you just wait. It's a waiting time. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome. If you go down to the video description, we have a Discord server. You're more than welcome to come and join us. Go and find the CIA. We're building a nice small community. We got 3 communities going on there. 2 are active. 1 we're trying to build it. So we have, we have the English-speaking community, and then we have the Greek-speaking community, and then we're trying to build as well the Russian-speaking community. So slowly, we're gonna, move on. Yep. One of the originals is here. Right, different nicknames all over the place. I can't follow you. But it's alright, cool. Right, nice to see you. Nice to see you around. Thanks for the support. So, another token. We spoke about SUI, GRT. What else would you like to see? We've seen Algo. Bitcoin, again, it's European session. It's going to be a bit boring. We want to stay, stabilized and see what's going to happen towards the US session. And remember, US, they have a pre-market session as well, like 1-2 hours before the opening. So you may see some volatility like towards the end of the year. So be careful. TIA, yeah, why not? Let's have a look on TIA. Where's my blank canvas? Okay, let me bring my canvas. Let's have a look on TIA. Why not? Let's have a look on TIA. Coinbase is good. Zoom out. Same thing. Right, I'm going to 12 hours because, well, it is at 12 hours. Let's have a look. Either you're going to take the last impulse, or if you're going to be a little bit brave, you can take the beginning of its time to the highest. You're going to have a wider zones, but if you know what to do and cope with it, you know what you can do. Okay. I'm having issues getting verified on your Discord. Okay, I'm going to have a look at this. I'm going to have a look at this very briefly. I mean, let's have a look now. Let's do this live. Why not? Let's have a see you on the CIA. Let's have a look. Who's here? Okay. Let me see on the welcome. So I'm guessing you're Muir. If I compare the nicknames, so it looks like you're going to be here. No, you are confirmed. And then I'm going to put the English as well. I'm going to give you the extra role that you speak English, and that will not change anything. You should be able to come here. Otherwise, let me tag you and say good morning. Here you are. So I tagged you, so you should see a message on the English speaking channel now, and that's a good opportunity for me to say something as well. inside Discord, I would not ever DM anyone privately trying to offer a different kind of a deal, like, oh, we got a secret community and I can do the trading for you, I'm taking the funds, all this kind of stuff. I don't do. Okay, I don't do this. I don't do private messaging. You come to my lives inside in Discord, and this is how close, this is the closest you can come to me. You're going to see me, on the Zooms together, and we're going to do live trading. This is the closest you can go to me, right? The next thing is for you to ring my doorbell, right? I'm not going to come out and spread out DMs and say, hey, it's me, Alice. I came here to check out. You're new to the community. Do you need any help? I'm here to help you. I can do private one-on-one, blah, 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 and this and that. Send the money to this exchange and we can do this, we can do that. I have insights. I have a little agent left, right, center, blah, blah, blah. No. Okay? I don't do this kind of stuff. We do all this together on the live. Okay? Right. Okay. Tia, let's go back to business. We lost $4.57, right? It's been holding for some time, and it did not manage to hold it. Is it a big sad news? It is not a big sad news. All you have to do, look a little bit to the left and see why does it go, where is the interest down here, and then you understand that you have liquidity down here, and you're like, now it's doing a liquidity grab. Okay, so it comes down, grabs that liquidity, okay, and then maybe it's going to find another support. Let me break this zone down because it's quite wide, and we said that if you have a wide zone, you can't break them down. It's fine. Let me bring this a bit closer so I can see the numbers. Let's bring that to 400. Okay, that's close enough. And I'm going to break this zone within another zone. So here it is with another Fibonacci. So here it is. Let's match the numbers. 572, then come down here to 198. Okay, so here it is. So once you lose one level, the second major level is 3385, which is the 50% of that range. Okay, that little zone here. So I don't want to see, so to say, I would like to see a bounce, a deviation from the liquidity, and then maybe we're going to turn around. If you lose that 50%, it's the same scenario. You lose that, and then you target a 218. Okay, even if it's going to do a small deviation, let's pretend that deviation is going to be something like this. You need to wait and see if it's going to reclaim the 50% before you're going to think to go long. Okay, so you go level by level. You keep on seeing that it's losing levels. It lost that level. It lost that level. It's targeting 3682. You need to see what's going to happen, where it's going to turn around. Okay. In general, overall, you would like to see that it's going to claim the big zone. Okay, the smaller zones is for you to monitor, to pay close attention. Okay, turn around that 50, go above the green line, and trying to convince you that tier, to convince you that 4572 is going to be the support, and just came down to do some liquidity grab. So you're going to get the deviation, so to say, or the fake out, whatever you want to call it. And this is where you want to see you add in a position in tier. Okay, otherwise, if it goes lower, it's just discount, baby. That's what it is. Just discount. Right? Yep. Yeah, it needs for me to be clear to the drop-off point. Yeah, it's true. Guys, do you need any other help? I mean, do you want other tokens to look at? Let's have a look. Right? This is like a closed community now. This is not a production with millions behind. It's just you and us. It's like, how many people are here? Like 9 people, 10 people? It's fine. I'm absolutely fine. I don't panic. We're going to build this community slowly, but now you have the chance. It's only like 10 people. It's easy for me to see the charts and, take requests. Maybe in 2 years in time, we're going to have like thousands of people watching us, and then the request is going to be like a rain coming down like a river. I won't be able to pick up the tokens for everyone. Right? You come here, you bring your coffee, your tea, whatever you drink, your juice. I have a small chocolate bar here, 80% cocoa. I'm having a good time with you. I listen to music, and we do this live. Going out for hours and hours. Same here. I'm supposed to stay here only for 1 hour, right? To build the community, 11 to 12, but you know, it's fine. I can stay a little bit more. I've got some spare time. Use it. Yeah, I know, you and water. Yeah, I know. Right, AIB, Fed, and Rune. Okay, that's a good thing. Yeah, I mean, guys, I'm not trying to be a YouTuber, all right? I don't really like to be a YouTuber, but what I'm doing here is I'm trying to create a community, all right? I don't look for quantity, I look for quality. So it's like a double-edged knife, okay? We do this YouTube to help people, but we need to control it a little bit, okay? And now, you know, Discord is going to be open, free, and stuff like that, but in a couple months, it's going to get locked down. Okay, why? Because we want to preserve security. We want to keep the scammers away, and we're going to give quality to the people that they need the information. People that they don't want the information, they don't need the information, and to be time wasters, we don't want them. Okay, so we're going to enjoy this nice little lovely community family, and then the main target is to grow this community into a network. And then we're gonna, you know, learn from each other as a knowledge, but then we're gonna learn who's doing what, and then maybe if I need something, then we can expand to something else. So the Discord, it is like a community, but we're gonna have different sections like nutrition. We're gonna have a health section, like not medicine, but I'm talking about like, you know, how to be fit, and what, you know, we can have people that they love about fitness. They're going to talk about fitness. So yeah, fitness is better instead of health. So we're going to have a fitness section. We have a nutrition section. We're going to have an investment section. We're going to have a real estate investment. So, you know, we're going to create a network of people, and then people can work with each other, right? But you need to trust each other. So you need to have a good, solid community that is not going to be overexposed. Okay, if someone wants to come in later on, we need to make sure that, you know, we need to make sure that we care for each other, and then we protect it. Okay. So let's have a look. You said ARB. Okay. Let's bring ARB USD. Let's do this exercise together. Coinbase. Zoom out a little bit. Have a look what's going on. Okay. Big massive moves, big liquidities. I mean, look at that. Can you see why we target liquidities? Because they come and revisit these areas. Okay. So now that liquidity has been taken out, but you have new liquidity over here. Anyway, last impulse. Let's take the last impulse, which is closer to us. Break this level down, and let's have a look. Here we are. Expand that to the right. Let's have a look. That's all right. That's about okay. That one, go to minus 500. Go as far as you can to the left. And you can see, you know, how price action is respecting these levels. We're good to go. Okay. And if you like it, just lock it. Go down to your time frame, whatever time frame you're watching. What are we doing? We keep on dropping. Look to the left. Do we have any recent close by liquidity for us to understand where it goes? Where do you find liquidity? I'm going to give you a small lesson. When you have change of direction, is based on liquidity. So you have liquidity here, you have liquidity here, you have liquidity here, right? So every sudden move, you have liquidity here. You had liquidity here, it's been taken out multiple times, it's out, it's clear. you have more liquidity here and you have more liquidity here. So it makes sense why it's going after the 0.55, okay? Because of liquidity. Markets go to liquidity, and if there is an imbalance in between, they're going to go after the imbalance as well, okay? So every sudden move, every change of direction is because of liquidity, okay? What is liquidity? I'm going to say that again. You have entries, stop losses, liquidation prices. All these together create liquidity pool. So something happened here, something happened here, something happened here, something happened here. So all these are small liquidity pools, okay? But overall, you like to get the high quality ones. And what are the high quality ones? The swing high, swing lows. So you had that swing high, comes down, swing low, goes up, swing high, comes down. So you have liquidity here and you have liquidity here. That liquidity has been taken out. Here it is. It's out. It got cleared. That's why you see good reaction. It failed to go above and continues to go down. So you need to go look at the left and say, okay, where do I have a big swing, high, swing low? Here's your low. Here's your high. This is another low. So that line over here. So you see, 0.5583 is the next target. How long that it takes you to do TA? 3 minutes. That's what I'm talking about. No time wasting. Nada. Okay? And you just observe and see, you know, still in the downtrend. You like trend lines? It's fine. You're still in the downtrend. Okay? It's obvious, but, you know, people love trend lines. Use them. Here you have it. And the further back they go, the better they are. Okay? You can use that trend line, or you can use that trend line just a little bit, you know, some deviations that do happen now and then, fake out. It's absolutely fine. Follow the generic angle, okay? And you're going to be good to go, okay? So 0.558 until you see reversal still going down, discount, baby. We're going on sale. This is what I said in the morning session in the Greek. You know, when you see a big sign like the blue cross that we have in London, what are you going to do? You're going to be afraid? No, you're going to jump into that store and then grab whatever you want. Blue cross, baby, 70% discount. And this is what it is. Right, let's have a look at Fed. Okay, let's have a look at Fed. Fed is a good one. Joint ventures, they joined 3 technologies together, 3 projects together. I have Fed, I'm holding Fed. It went all the way up to almost $3, wasn't it? Almost $3. So let me go to a weekly. No, you went a bit further. Yeah, 3.5, around 3.5. Yeah, $3. So it's gonna build up. I mean, you know, look at that impulse. I mean, how much that was. 586. It's not bad, right? From 71 cents. Here you go, baby. You're killing it. 71 cents. You're holding from here. Oh, baby. So take the last impulse if you wish. Or the last correction. It's up to you. Okay? It's absolutely fine. Do you want to take the correction? You can. Do you want to take the impulse all the way up? You can do. Okay? So here's the lowest. Here's the highest. Use the levels, you know, the swing high, swing lows, those that they make sense to you. Okay? There's nothing wrong and right. I'm not going to come and say to you, oh, you did this wrong. If you really did wrong, I will say it. But if you know, keep this simple and there is a valid point behind it, and say, hey, I'm a swing trader, I want to see the big levels, I'm using impulses. If you like, let's say day trader or scalper, and say, hey, I want to go based on the previous week. So you're taking the weekly candle of the previous week and you break things down. It's absolutely fine. It makes sense. It depends on your style. Okay, there's nothing wrong and right. I created this strategy. You come and ask me and I'll tell you all about it. Okay? Come and join us on Discord. Another advert. Another paid advert. Please come and join on Discord. Right. Okay, we lost the 125. Liquidity below here, the 71, 72. So you grab it right in the liquidity. Good on you. Good on you. So maybe it's going to come down and do another dive. That shouldn't be scaring you. It's more discount for you to buy more. Right? And then later on, it's going to build up again. It's narratives, guys. It goes like money goes in circles, right? So far, the market cap is still 3 trillion. It's early yet for crypto. So what I'm trying to say is that it's quite impossible for you to trace where the people they're gonna, it's quite difficult for you to understand and see where they're gonna throw the money to. You just don't know, right? They may go one day on Trump, and the next day they go into Pepe, and then the next day they go into Fetch, and then they decide to go to Solana, and then another day they go down to PopCap. You never know, right? You don't know where the money is going to. There's so many projects out there, so many products and projects and tokens. It's like, I think it's like 27 million tokens overall. I mean, it's impossible for you to trace or understand when people they're going to pump various tokens. Okay, it's impossible. So for you to be more successful, you need to say, hey, I need few tokens. If you can have one pair, it's fine. If you're new and you don't know what's going on and you want to learn, you may want to go to the dinosaurs. The two dinosaurs that we have is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Very slow, less volatile. You can control a little bit the emotions and you can understand the market, what's going on. If you want to be more adventurous, then you go to a smaller market cap tokens like Solana. You go further down like XRP, right? You know that XRP is moving. All you need is something that it moves. But XRP can be more volatile, can go both sides. You need to be on your toes, right? The lower the market cap, the more experience you need. And this is where the big mistakes happen for the new people. They're trying to go on the lower market cap as possible with a higher leverage as possible, and this is where they get wrecked, right? So that is FED. I'm going to do Rune, and then we're going to do PopCat. So we have liquidity down here, around 70. So we lost that big support. It was holding here with some support. We had some moments here. We had a violation. We knew that was after that liquidity. But when you get these kind of violations, you need to be careful. So why this support did not hold? It's trying to maintain it. You had some little weeks, but then it's coming down, right? It's squeezing. It broke it down. Okay, so it got broken, it comes down, then it's gonna after this liquidity, and then after this liquidity. So if you get a chance to get even cheaper from your previous entry, grab it. Okay, and then we see if it's gonna make grab a new support at 88 and then start moving forward. That's what we want. Okay, still discount, baby. It's not our season yet, it's the discount season. So next one is Rune. No Binance, sorry, I beg your pardon. I try to stay away from exchanges. I try to go to crypto. Crypto is not the crypto.com. It's the crypto as in trading view. Okay, the chart in trading view under the crypto space. Okay, that means before the exchange. So I prefer to go on these ones. Okay, I don't want to have a manipulated chart from exchanges. I want to get the price before the exchange. So Rune is already broken before, right? And that is on the down. Okay, it's pushing down. You can see you've got high, low, highs, low, highs. So you down to 211. Look to the left and see, do we have any point of interest? I said okay. That liquidity has been taken out. We have a big liquidity sitting down here. So the next point of interest is down here. There is a possibility if it's going to lose $2.11, it's going to go after to come down here to $1 and 160. Is it between 118 and 160? There's liquidity. That doesn't mean necessarily it's going to go down there, but that is when and if it's going to lose that level. If not, it may maintain here and then turn around. That's good news, because this is the right time for you to enter. But if it's going to lose it, comes down, do some deviation, and then it's going to come back again later on when it's going to claim the 211. That will be the right time for you to enter. If you enter right now and it goes against it, now you understand and it makes sense why you need to have on the downstream. Okay, you need to have like a spot position. You enter with 1x for you to have room to counter attack in case it wants to continue to go lower. Okay, and when it goes lower, make sure you have some dry powder to DCA. DCA means you're going to bring your average price lower. First entry here, second entry maybe down here, your average is going to be somewhere like this. So from this point onwards, you're going to be in profit. Okay, that's DCA. So especially when you're not sure, it doesn't give you any sign of uptrend, it's still in a downtrend, and you feel that this is going to be strong, and say, hey, listen, let me grab a position here. You never know, because it may fly from here. So at least I grab a position, not 100%, maybe 30%. I'm just giving you a number, okay? A generic number, random number. So you maybe want to kind of go in with 30%, possibly, right? Say, hey, I'm taking my chances and I go on 1x because I need to have room in case it goes lower, okay? And the lower it goes, the more you deploy, okay? And then when you're going to find support and turn around, then you can say, okay, I had, let's say 30%, and then I add more, maybe 50%, right? That equals to 80%. And when you claim these two, then you can add 20%, right? It goes higher, then you can change the leverage, and you keep on compounding, okay? Compounding with the change of the leverage. The exchange will throw you back the profits. You put that profits back again into the position, and you compound and all the time, and try to jump on leverage one by one. Don't go 1x, 2x, and then all of a sudden you go 10x, right? Dangerous. Start with 1x, go to 2x, go to 3, then maybe you can go to 5, and then 5, don't jump to 10, go to 6, 7, and then go. Elias, good morning, Elias. Kalimera. I guess you're speaking Greek. I may be wrong, but anyway, I say Kalimera to you. Rune, that is about Rune, and let's have a look straight away to PopCat. I have PopCat in my own, here it is, on my templates. Let's have a look on PopCat. PopCat still dropping, right? Another meme coin, another big one, but you see, it moves all the way up, and then start doing some correction. A lot of people say, oh, it's okay, it's fine, it's going to do some correction, then continue. And it doesn't. It goes down, it goes down. What does it mean? Is the project dead? No, it just lost a little bit of interest. Okay, Ganumera. So yeah, I mean, it lost a little bit of interest. So a lot of people now, they're not interested in PopCat, especially if they're following meme coins. They're probably going to be interested more in Trump, because it's a new token, new narrative. A lot of people are playing around with Trump, and then later on was Melania. Later on, maybe it's going to be somebody else, right? So the narrative changed. People change. So PopCat has lost, let's say, the fans here. But when everybody thinks that this is a sleeping giant, right? When it's going to find support and then start turning around, that will be a good discount for you to join, right? And go in while it's going to be at the bottom. When everybody's going to notice that PopCat is running, the retail is going to come back and say, oh yeah, we know PopCat. We used to do that 6 months ago, right? Boom. But you're already in. And that's the purpose. That's the trick. You need to be as early as possible close to the whales, not close to the retailers. The retailers is your liquidity, your exit, right? Remember, you buy the red, you sell the green. When the retailers are coming, it's too late. Okay, they're using the crypto bubbles, and they see, on the daily or the weekly, which one is popping up. Big bubble. Oh, this one is moving. Let's get on. Yep, too late. You missed the bus. Right. So they're trying to get into the packed bus. Fine. That is your liquidity to you. Okay, so you're trying to enter as low as possible, and when the retailers are going to find out that PopCat initially is jumping up, and it's going up, guess what are you going to do here? The retailer's going to say, oh, we're going to break all-time high, we're going to to you, it's like, that's your TP, man. No, we're going to break all-time high. No, that's your TP, man. Listen to me. This is your TP. And then, boom, you get out. All the whales are going to get out. And the retailer's like, no, it's going to turn around. It's doing some correction. Don't panic. It goes down. Oh, shit. Now it's time to panic. Too late. You lost the bus again. You forgot to get out. So yeah, I mean, that's what you need to do. This is the plan. You need to get in early, as low as possible. Discount. When everybody fears and they say, oh, PopCat's dead, it's going down, it's no point, let's do something else. Fine, no problem. Just find the opportunity, find the levels, find, you know, which levels it makes, you know, interesting. Oh, I have liquidity down here. Okay, that is interesting. That acts on a magnet. I have another one down here. Those, you need extensions below. I've got you covered. Go to extensions and use extension number 1. It goes both ways. Okay, now this is too high. You don't want to deal with that now. Pay attention to these 2 levels, right? And here you have it. You've got extra 2 levels, these 2 yellow lines. Here it is, below the green. And you just follow and say, okay, where I'm going to find, this is extra 25%. Where will I find the support? It's going to be here, it's going to be here, it's going to be here, it's going to be here. Look to the left where the liquidity is. And then where you're going to see that it's claiming levels and finding, you know, new supports, breaking previous resistances, this is the time for you to get in. Okay, the retailers will not see this. The retailers, they're going to wait for the big numbers to show up somewhere, or someone to talk about it. Hey guys, PopCap just moved, it did 100% move up, and then everyone's going to jump in. It's too late. You're going to be laughing. This is the trick. You need to be early on things and wait. Okay, you just need to wait. Swim with the whales. Okay, don't be the salmon. Doot doot. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. What's the time? It's 12:30. So I was supposed to do a 1 hour stream, and I'm already doing this more than that. It's fine. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna wrap up here. I'm gonna close the stream here. I hope you had a good time. I hope you find value. I hope you understand how we do the TA, how we see things, how quick we do this, and how we understand, translate these things. And then we take it from this point onwards. Okay, today, be careful. Okay, we have the FOMC meeting, we have the FAD rates. Be careful. Europe maybe gonna stay here consolidating. 2 hours before the opening of the US, we're gonna see some volatility before, you know, he's gonna speak late. He's not gonna speak on the opening, he's gonna speak a little bit later towards the towards the end of the session. So be careful. If you're new and you can't cope with emotions, have a day off today, right? Go down to the park, have a coffee. It's fine. Go to a restaurant, have a nice food. You know, enjoy your previous day's profits. You know, pay yourself. Okay, enjoy yourself. And then we're going to be here tomorrow again at the same time to do another live update. Right? Okay, so I hope you're good, you're safe, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Okay, and come here with requests. I'd love to do your requests. Okay, it's better to do this together rather than me doing things on my own here. Okay, I will spend like 20 minutes to give you my overview, you know, without any interruptions, give you an idea what's going on with the markets, my idea. But later on, it's good to have you and communicate and do this together. Okay, so have a good one. I'll see you very soon. Come in Discord. Come and join us on Discord. Cool. Bye bye.